So here's how this works. So Amelia's going through life, and as she goes through life, things happen, right? And maybe she gets fearful, and she's worried that bad things will happen, and she has to carry that. So go ahead and put that first blanket on, and it's kind of a little bit heavy and uncomfortable. And then maybe she goes to school, and she sees that the other kids in her class have something really cool, and she wants that. Or maybe they get to go somewhere, and they feel jealous about that. So that starts to weigh her down. Maybe she sees a friend that's better at basketball or does better in school and it's easier. And that starts to weigh her down. Okay, so at home you're putting that stuff on. Now we've got a really heavy one. Anger, right? When you get mad, you decide, I'm going to do something. I'm going to go and I might react to my brother or sister, or that's not right and I think that's unfair. And so we start to carry all this anger around. And that's a heavy one. Hopefully you're doing this at home. You can post your pictures of the kids. You doing okay, Amelia?
Yeah.
How does that feel?
Really heavy.
Really heavy, and she's pretty strong. Maybe your person's strong at home. And for your whole life, you thought, I can just carry this myself. Oh, I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to keep going, but it's hard. But then what happens? Somebody does something really mean to you, or something happens to one of your family members, and you just hold that in. You don't tell anybody, and you don't forgive. And so that starts to go. And now we can't even see anything, right? And we're going through our day, and we can't even see because we're so mad. Have you guys ever been there? Parents? Okay, if we're real about that, this last month, has anybody just felt like you had a weight over your shoulders? Have you been sick in your stomach? Just you're so nervous, or you're worrying about that family member. And we've been trying to do it ourselves. Okay, I've felt that way. And maybe something happened or one of your family members got sick. And now it's like a 50-pound weight on your back, parents. Now, I'm going to go ahead, just soak this in, and you people at home, think about this. But have you ever been taught, toughen up? Or if you were only a little bit smarter or tougher or better, that you could handle that, and you thought you had to do it on yourself? Dads, have you ever done that? You thought you had to do everything on your own, and you could just hold the weight of your family on your back? Well, you can do it for a while, but what happens? Does it start to get tiring, Amelia? And your back starts to hurt, and then you start to get angry and you be mean to other people. But the story of Jesus tells us that he doesn't want us to do it alone. So what happens is he says, I'll take that. And he already did that on the cross. So I'm going to put my sack down. Oh, that was heavy. And I feel this weight off my back. And what he does is when we start to accept him, Amelia, he'll start to take that away. And the fear, he helps us to forgive. We talked about that last month. Kids, did anybody forgive anyone at your house? Parents, maybe you need to forgive somebody. You're just holding on to something and it's just wearing you down and eating at you. Okay? What about the comparing to others? Oh, that person's better looking than me, or better at basketball, or smarter. God says you don't need that. Take that away. But she's still holding on to a few things. Okay? She's still holding on. She's still doing it. Is it still a little bit weighing you down?
Yeah.
Yeah, kids, is it weighing you down at home? Well, God says you don't need any of that. And he wants all of your life. He doesn't want just you on church on Sunday, parents. He doesn't want you to say, oh, I went to church, I acted like everything was okay, now I'm going to go home and live my life. He wants everything, so he wants us to put him first. So he's going to take that away even. Okay, and that last thing that we want to hold on to, maybe it's the thing that we're doing that we know we shouldn't do or say, he wants us to get rid of that too. How does that feel?
Awesome. It feels awesome.
Awesome. So if you've accepted Jesus in your life, you might have felt this, like physically. So after college, I asked Jesus into my life, and I didn't really know exactly what that would look like, but I said, God, I'm going to follow you, and I'm going to trust you with my life. And I seriously felt a weight come off my shoulders. And before that, I'd been nervous and sick and felt like I wasn't good enough. And every time I would get sick, this is like 10 or 15 years ago, I would think I was going to die, seriously. And a lot of people are like that right now. We just start to feel a little bit sick and we think we might die. God wants to take that away, and Jesus did it on the cross. So all we have to do is say, God, come into our life. Kids, maybe you need to do that today. Parents, this is for you too. It's the same gospel message. Maybe you need to ask God, I can't do this on my own. I'm stuck, I'm stressed out, and I need help. Okay, just tell him that. I can't do this, I need you, I've messed up. Come and help me. Okay, that's what this message of Easter is about. And you're going to live a life that you could never live on your own. Can you feel like you can run free now? Yeah, Yeah, and is it going to get hard and things are still going to come up and be hard? Yes. We're not perfect when we're following Jesus, but we know that he'll be with us.